Good morning, guys. I don't know what's better to show you. Do I show you this screen or the green? Can't really get it all. So much. So much. But Callum, why did you leave so much on the table? In all honesty, this is the annoying thing about using prop firms because I don't want to break any rules. So I'm just taking most of mine off. Are you being serious? Someone has opened up a case for a refund on the trading room. Excuse me? Oh, forgot to cancel. Why would you ever cancel? John, you know who you are. Forgot to cancel. I will just wait until I need to respond to that because I just don't understand why you would even want to cancel. Are you crazy? Unbelievable. Let's all give John a message in the room and say, John, why would you possibly want to leave? What would be going through your mind to do that? John, you know who you are. Insane. You can join back when you feel like when you realize this is the best room in the world, but I will charge double. Anyway, guys, I was just waiting for most people to join. But yes, we've had someone request to cancel their membership in the room. It could just be because they're on a lifetime or a yearly membership to so it could just be that. But anyway, good morning, guys. It is Friday, 9 a.m. EST, 2 o'clock for me in the UK. What you are seeing right now is the trades that we took on the overnight. This is the funded accounts. I added 2 of the Legends trading accounts, but I can't add the other 3 because this has only got 50 accounts. You're only allowed to have 50 on here. So annoyingly, it's only showing 50, not 53, which is how many I've currently got. I don't yet have the take profit or the my funded futures. I think they're the only 2 I don't yet have. Oh, and alpha futures. So there's slightly less than what I would normally have, but this is only showing 50 accounts, and we've already done a $42,000 week. Can we all just have a huge what the hell? $42,000 on all funded accounts. This is no evaluations. This is all funded. So when people ask me, how do you trade your fundeds versus your evaluations? It's the same thing. The same thing. And this is the benefit of now using multiple accounts because my risk is so small, yet my profit is still ridiculous. So yeah, we've had the payout. We've had the payout from funding ticks this week. We've had the payout from Lucid, which literally just hit the bank. I don't know if I put that. That literally hit the bank this morning. That's my time, 1:56. So that's the 5K from Lucid. That's £2. And then funding ticks was, you know what? Someone messaged on, I don't use threads, but whenever I post on Instagram, it goes on threads. And I woke up this morning and had a notification, and it was like, the name was called Disciplined Trader, which you know straight away that guy's a moron. But anyway, his name was called Disciplined Trader, and he basically messaged on my thing saying, all these traders out here making money off affiliates. I don't even have any affiliate links anyway. And his whole thread, 0 followers, by the way, 0 followers, not 1 follower. His whole thread was just slagging off funding ticks. Now, I'm not here to say any of these prop firms are brilliant, but if you're getting payouts from them, who cares? Like, if you've done something wrong and there's an error and it is their fault, you would like to think hopefully they'll figure that out, but that doesn't automatically mean you just shit on the company, right? Like, I'm sure there's some cross wires or cross communication somewhere, but like, I've never used them before, and I got paid out pretty much the same day, like within 24 hours. So, and I don't think it was overly difficult, right? You know, I just followed the rules. So yeah, I'm not here to say getting payouts is easy, but if you follow the rules, there's no reason why you shouldn't get a payout. Do they make it difficult? For sure, but you just have to be one step ahead of them. And yeah, hopefully you learn that from being in the room. But and then obviously Apex are these accounts here. So the Apex accounts, I didn't take obviously the short that I took with on stream on all these other ones, just because I've already hit PT. I could have done, and I should have done. I probably would have been up at like $300, so I could have really took out about $1,000. But I could have taken a 20K payout maybe today, but instead I'll be taking a $13,000 payout, which is still phenomenal, which is a $22,000 week. So of course, not going to be too disappointed in that. It's probably one of my best maybe weeks ever in terms of. I'd have to look actually, but anyway, these were the trades that we took, and I'm just going to go through this so no one starts crying about I didn't let you know about the trade or anything like that, right? I think Sam summed it up perfectly this morning in terms of like if you're not understanding the trade and you just want the entry and the targets, you're in the wrong place, sort of thing. But I'm just going to go back just to reiterate, like this was made very clear at telling me the time, but this is like, well, here you go, 8:28. This is UK time, so this is like 1, 12, 11, 10, 9. This is like 6 hours ago. So I am short 750s. Is he telling the truth? Short 750s. That's 746s. This account here. 749s. This account here. 743s. This account here. 744s. This account here. 749s. This account here. 747s. I also added into this trade, risking 50 points, bullish above 840s. Never got to 840s, never got to my stop. And in fact, my entry was pretty much the exact high. And then I said this was the trade. So ATR reversal down, halfway back, halfway back, traded down. These are the positions, made it very clear where I was. And I also showed these way before the profit. Wanting 640s, still short because I've been painting. You probably can't see because I've had a clean, but I've been painting in the room next door, just painting in the other room, still riding these. I know some people were like, have you taken it off? And to be honest, no one actually did ask that, but I'm very surprised. This was a trade again, full same anchor, full traditional, halfway back into the full negative 100. We drew the same anchor new low, traded the 50, went to the completion. I then added into the short. I added here, which is saying that is what time is that? Can I check? 12:30. So that is my time. So that is like 2, 1, like 2.5 hours ago, right? And then to cross-reference that with all of the accounts on here, I added into that trade just so we can see. On here, there's too many accounts. But anyway, I added here. What time is that? 12:15. Okay, 12:15. So added. You get the point. So why did I take that trade? And let's break it down. So back, and just so you are aware what my screen looks like, if you are new. So to the left of me, my 32-inch over here. I have them all on a vertical monitor. Okay, so that's how I have them. So you aren't short 750. What you talking about, Willis? Yes, no, we were short at 750. Of course, there's going to be someone out there that still. Anyway, that was the shorts that we took, again, all on the overnight session. Going into today's session, let's just bring up the trading views. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to do a 5-minute time frame. Where did I obviously look for those shorts? Well, we printed printed this ATR reversal down. I'm just going to get rid of all this. Start fresh. I printed the ATR reversal down. Once we got that, all I waited for, I actually think I was prematurely short on, oh no, 750s. Yeah, it was up into this area here. Yeah, so waited for that 750s break, and then we traded the halfway back. And you can see pretty much that was, well, the high there was like 479s, sorry, 748, 749, 740, which is exactly where, obviously, we'll see where I was going, right? Because, sorry, going short. And this is a orange candles. This is saying ATR reversal down, which basically just means there's been 3 ATR bars up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next one that prints down will be an ATR reversal down. It just says potentially there are shorts coming into the market, i.e. there's trapped longs. We got that at the halfway back. Boom. Went all the way to 23.62. Once that happened, we went full same low, traded another traditional here. Never closed above the 50, went all the way to targets, i.e. 23, hourly low, came up into, again, same Ankanu low, traded the 38, and we've gone all the way to the full negative 100. Full negative 100 traded, 4-hour low got traded as well, and we just had a new hour start, yeah, so we haven't traded the hourly low yet. The hourly high is up here. You could go, I mean, I'm not going to draw this, I guess it lines up with the, this lines up with the true trend to the downside. And of course, you can also see, for those who've got the indicators, true trend down, true trend down, true trend down. There's not been any bullishness at all in the market. Whenever you have green diamonds and within half an hour they get faded, you know the trend is still down. Same with triangles, but we've had no triangles this morning, so relevant. But the full same Ankanu low would be drawing it as so, and that would pretty much put you back inside this as your resistance zone, right? Which is at the moment just lining up with the overnight midpoint, because of course it's just all high to low rebalance, but that's what I'll be looking at. We are below the Thursday's high that has obviously been established, and we haven't yet traded an ETH low or an ETH high at all this week. So I am going to be very, very conscious. I don't think I'm going to stay around for too long today. I'll see. Again, I've had a $45,000 week. So excuse me if I want to just get done on the day, and I actually need to work on some admin stuff because I've done no videos this week online. So I will do that. But anyway, all I'd be looking at is the ETH low and ETH high, at least for like potential targets if you're long or short. And if you continue to hold these short extensions, you're going to be bearish below the RTH low, and if you break to the upside, you're probably going to be above the RTH high. So that really is nice because it coincides with that break of a 62. And if you do start to hold, I really don't have that much in terms of the long side until you probably get above, I'm going to call it this area here. So as I drew yesterday on stream, I'll probably have something like that for the long side, but I'm not going to mess about in any of this. I said yesterday I wasn't going to mess about in the middle, and I did, even though we got some shorts yesterday in this area here. We actually had a really nice short, to be honest. We shorted, you were on stream yesterday, we shorted all day yesterday, and we did get a really move, and we also got another back inside, went full completion. Anyway, that is a separate day. You were here yesterday. So yeah, I'm not going to do anything in the middle here. I think if you guys want to take the continuation trade that I've already traded on the overnight, it's going to be this full same Ankanu low. But for me, I'm probably going to wait to see if we actually maybe trade this, and then I will trade what would be the low to low, and hopefully that lines up with something like that. Well, however this lines up, I'm not really bothered how it lines up. But ideally, breaks and holds above yesterday's low. Or I think we just continue to just chop in this range and make it really, really difficult. So since I'm pretty much at PT on pretty much every account, there are some non-consistency ruled based accounts that I can trade, that I will trade, but it has to make sense for me to trade it. And just like we did yesterday in the actual trading room, I don't even know if I've been putting the screenshots in the room anymore, because we've just been killing it, so I've not really been bothering. But let me just check, did I put the screenshots in yesterday? That's today. Yeah, yesterday was, yeah, here we go. So this was the short we took yesterday. So you can see this was at my time 7:30. So yeah, that was a late late day. So yesterday we pretty much got short at 640s, covered down at 550s, and even down here at 480s on some of these. Well, call it 500s. So short at 620s, down covering there at 500s. Really, really nice short. And again, yesterday was huge day overall. So it's been a great week. I don't really want to fumble or give anything back in terms of trading the range. So it'll be a clear sit on hands. But the reason I show you that is because I stayed on, right? I stayed on and we still took a trade. You'll notice I didn't do anything from, again, my time, 2:30 is the market open. I didn't do anything until the actual short that I got involved in was 4:30 my time. So that's 2 hours. That's 11:30. I waited till 11:30 to take a trade live on stream. I think we took a trade on the stream account, a short on the YouTube stream. It got stopped out. We then took a short again on the Whoop stream that went straight to profit and paid for the loss that we took. So that was a great example of one trade paying for one loss. And then at 11:30 we took this short here that ended up paying for pretty much a huge day. Trade day accounts were up $1,800 per account. So, but yeah, other than that, guys, we'll continue this on Whoop. You know, my plan is fairly straightforward. Bullish above 850s, most likely bearish below yesterday RTH low, as long as we've got continuation and sell strength on that, i.e. we're completing and trending down. True trend is down, halfway back to getting sold into, etc., etc. That's what I've been for. But all of this here, any of this range here from yesterday's high to yesterday's mid, I'm not going to do anything. So it's just going to be a complete chop fest, even book. Because if we look back to yesterday, this is the exact same range, right? The exact same range that I shouldn't really have been messing about in yesterday, right? If we literally go back to yesterday's high and yesterday's low, we're in that same range. Nothing has happened. So this is just basic balance for now until proven otherwise. So yeah, I won't do anything in here unless something really, really sexy forms. But as it stands, this is just a potential short setup. If this fails, then I'd be looking for the breaks above and play the second part of that continuation of 850. So hopefully we get an ETH high or an ETH low today, because even waiting for that 850s, you've still got 230 points to the upside. And waiting for the crack of the previous day, and still, even if you miss the crack of that and you wait for even something lower, right? You wait for something like this, and you take this part here, ETH low is right down here. So like even this trade here, still 170 points to the downside. So I don't really care about missing any of this inside here. I took the overnight short just because it was a lot cleaner. The move hadn't actually happened. The move's already happened now, so it's less likely. There's more eyeballs on it. Whereas this was initiating the move. This is now completed. So now it's going to be basically letting the RTH session show us what it wants to. Gone full negative 100, triple ATR down. It was back to quadruple ATR down. So yeah, this is more participants do the heavy lifting. We'll follow along for the easy move after. If there's any questions, let me know in the Whoop channel. Anyone watching this on YouTube, I'll see you all on Monday. If you want to join us in the actual trading room live on Whoop, click the link below and I will see you all either on Monday for you guys that aren't on premium. Everyone on premium, I'll be going over there shortly.